Perhaps you are an artist. This was a great revelation for myself. So, what is an artist? So, we are moving from paradigm A to paradigm B. Paradigm A was very linear, analytical thinking, and it is a concept of having giving and taking. And we're moving into activation and receiving. And so what does that mean? Well, this is delightful in my revelation is what is beautiful is that I can give up all the criticism that I have in the helping platform. And what is the helper helped platform like that? That's the guru, that's the coach that's trying to get you to be like them. And there's a need for that. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that is just an aspect of our reality. And but I was living not knowing that I was an artist. I didn't know, but now that it's been revealed to me, this is what it means, and see if you can follow this. That the artist is in service of resonance, and the give takers or the needs, the helper helped paradigm is in service of helping others. And in that, there is a hierarchy, whereas the artist in resonance is not. It's not part of a hierarchy. It's part of taking our personal experience and then just gifting the art that comes from that. And then it resonates in the audience. So the audience finds the artist. And in the paradigm A, art is created in order to appease an audience. And the beautiful thing about revealing whether you're an artist or not is that you can fully take on the role of the artist. And what is the artist's role? It is simply to be in service of resonance. It's simply in terms of being in service to the art itself. And then the artist croaks. And so what does this do? What this frees when an artist truly knows they're an artist, they aren't trying to be right. They're trying to get it right. And so what we can do in this, when we know this, is we can give up needing to criticize any other form in the help and helper dynamic. So one of the examples is pandering. A lot of people will have a discussion around pandering, and pandering is an aspect of meeting a need rather than finding a resonance. And so if once we know we're an artist and we inhabit that completely, then from that point of view, if we're trying to get it right, then we need to stop all of the analytical, the criticism of any other form of art and where it comes from and why it exists. But the beauty is we get to let go of that criticism because that is precious energy that is being lost in trying to, again, find a position of being right. And so when we let go of that, we can at the same time let go of the criticism that would be coming towards the artist, because that's another aspect of art is the criticism. And the beautiful thing is when you know you are serving an art, you're only serving your audience. And so these so-called haters are meaningless. It's just a meaningless aspect of the world if you have haters. And we don't have to put any care into that point of view because they're not our audience. If we're serving our art, we're only here to serve the audience that shows up. Serve the art, the audience can fluctuate, can change, it can grow, it can do whatever it wants. It's its own function in reality. And so that's the beautiful thing of inhabiting the aspect of just knowing we are an artist. And this it has been, and I'd like to share my personal revelation with this, is that I started out in a very linear mindset, and I was impressed by art, and I recognized in retrospect by the resonance within the artist. However, it wasn't permeating from me. So I stayed in this analytical mindset for a lot of my life. And this was a big revelation to me when I had found my spiritual path. I was dedicated to being a minister. And this was a big sign that I was on my way to understanding that I was an artist. Because at that time, my idea of what I was doing was basically pandering. My idea was that I was an intellectual. I was going to read all the books, I would have all the quotes, and then I would speak the truth to the people every Sunday. And so I was in a meditation, and I was so excited because I had thought I had found my calling. And I was in a meditation in one of the classes to become a minister. And I was coached to kind of visualize my future, and so I pictured myself being up on the stage with tons of people in the crowd. And I knew all of the quotes and I was able to recite everything. And I was speaking the truth out from this platform. And something very weird happened in that visualization because all of a sudden I spun the perspective and I was seeing myself saying what I was saying from that stage. And I went, that guy thinks he knows the truth. And I went, I hate those guys. Why do I want to be like them? And I spun out, and that event changed the trajectory of my life. I stopped wanting to be um, a minister, and and then I went on and I even further was poking at the universe and went into, because I thought I could help people. So I went into psychotherapy. And what I found is that I wasn't resonating with the people that were coming to see me. They were coming to see me as putting me on a pedestal, as I was the helper. They wanted help. They had a need, and they were looking for somebody above them to do that. And I knew, and I took articulated within myself enough to know that what I wanted to do was reveal what was already inside of them.